You know that feeling, right? That moment of just absolute dread when the air conditioner dies in the middle of summer? Well, today we're going to turn that panic into power. We're going to break down exactly why your system fails, what it's trying to tell you, and most importantly, how you can make the smartest call for your home. Let's dive in.
So just think about it for a second. It's, 100 degrees outside. The sun is just beating down, and your house is finally that cool sanctuary you've been waiting for. And then you hear it. Or, actually, that's the thing. The absolute worst sound, it's not a sound at all.
Exactly. It's that sudden, deafening silence when the hum of your AC just stops. That's the moment your stomach drops and you realize, okay, here we go. But what if I told you that failure wasn't just some random event? See, your system isn't just sitting there waiting to break. No, it's fighting a war every single day. And understanding who the enemy is, well, that's the first step to winning. It's really not just old age that causes a breakdown. Your HVAC system is in this constant struggle against its own environment. I mean, think about it. On the hottest days, it might be forced to run 12, maybe even 16 hours straight. It is a true battle of endurance. And this is where that battle gets really intense. Your attic can hit a staggering 140 degrees. At that temperature, all your ductwork and your indoor equipment are literally baking. That just kills efficiency, and it drastically shortens your unit's life. And here they are, the main culprits. You've got the obvious one, of course, extreme heat. But then there's high humidity, which causes those condensate drains to get all clogged up with algae. Shifting foundations, especially if you've got clay soil, can literally stretch and crack the refrigerant lines. And then there's just the constant barrage of dust, pollen, and debris that clogs up the outdoor coils, forcing the entire system to work way, way harder. Okay, but here's the good news. Your system doesn't just die without warning. It sends out distress signals first. And if you know what to look for and what to listen for, you can catch these problems before they turn into total catastrophes. This is basically your decoder ring. So if you see water pooling around your indoor unit, it's almost always a clogged condensate drain. And that's a direct result of that high humidity we just talked about. If the air coming out of your vents feels warm, you're probably looking at low refrigerant from a leak or maybe a failed capacitor. That's a tiny component that gives the motors the jolt they need to run. Hearing strange noises, that's your blower motor crying out for help. And that weak airflow, so often it's just a dirty filter or clogged coils that are basically suffocating your system. All right, so you've spotted a problem, you've made the call, and yeah, the unknown can be really stressful. But a true professional, they follow a clear and simple playbook. There are no mysteries here. A real pro is always going to follow 3 simple steps. First, a rapid diagnostic to find the root cause, not just the symptom. Second, they're going to do the repair right there on site. They should have all the most common parts with them. And third, they'll do a full system test to verify the fix and make sure everything is running perfectly. And that's the crucial point, efficiency. This shouldn't be some multi-day saga. A good technician can pinpoint the issue in less than an hour, explain the problem and the cost, and then fix it right then and there. No waiting around for parts to be ordered while you melt in your own house. Now, sometimes the diagnosis leads to the big question, should we repair this thing or is it time to replace it? This is probably the toughest decision you'll have to make, but it's also where you, the homeowner, get to take back control. Okay, this is a fantastic tool to help you make a logical, financial decision instead of a purely emotional one. Let's say your unit is 12 years old and it needs a $500 repair. You just multiply 12 by 500 and you get $6,000. Since that number is over the $5,000 threshold, replacement becomes the smarter long-term investment. It's really just a great way to avoid throwing good money after bad. And this comparison just lays it all out, plain and simple. Repairing is cheaper right now, sure, but you're gambling on more breakdowns in the future, and you're definitely paying more in your energy bills. A new system is a bigger investment upfront, but you get reliability, you get a warranty, and you get lower energy costs. Plus, and this is a big one, you avoid dealing with older, expensive refrigerants like R22, which isn't just bad for the environment, it's being phased out by law, which makes it harder and harder to find. So, let's bring it all home. That silence from a broken AC, it doesn't have to be a moment of panic anymore. By understanding the forces working against your system, by learning how to decode its warning signs, and by knowing how to weigh your options, you've moved from a position of anxiety to one of empowerment. You are in control.
Because when it comes right down to it, your system is communicating with you all the time, through those weird noises, through weak airflow, even on your monthly utility bill. The only question left is, are you paying attention before it has to shout?